So I'm on my morning run today, and I'm thinking about the fact that today we are honoring Dr. Martin Luther King and his team of men and women who were able to achieve and accomplish so much in the area of civil rights movement. And I started to wonder why they chose him to follow. What was it about him? What was it about the time? What was it about the situation that made him the right guy to follow at that time? Obviously, we may never see this in history books, but surely there were other people who attempted to lead similar movements, but for some reason, they chose to follow Dr. King and his team at that time. Make no mistake about it, there were men and women who were integral to the success of the civil rights movement of the 60s. But why did they follow him? And so it got me to thinking about why we follow the people we follow. In 2015, you have absolutely no reason not to achieve or not to manifest or not to create whatever you want in your life or your business. And yet most of you are following people, 5, 10, 15 people who are not necessarily going to be able to help you to get where you want to go, right? There's so much information out there. We're so overwhelmed with information that it's hard sometimes to know who to follow. And so most of us just decide, well, I'll get on this person's list and I'll get on that person's list and then I'll get on that 6 person's list and I'll get on 10 more people's list. And pretty soon you're opening 30 emails a day and you're doing nothing to build your life or your business, right? We've all been there. This year, this is the year that you decide who you're going to follow. Now, think about it this way. There are lots of gurus out there. I look at gurus as people that you date. Now, I don't know about you, but I would think that it would be very difficult to date 3, 4, 5, 10 people. I mean, I'm just saying, I think that's hard to do. I ain't judging you if that's your thing. I'm just saying, I think it would be very difficult to navigate and organize dating 5 or 10 people. And yet we try to date 5 to 10 to 15 gurus all the time. No wonder we're not getting anything done. So this year, I want you to make a decision. I want you to decide who you're going to follow. Follow someone who's got the blueprint, the roadmap, the system that will help you get where you want to go. You've got to make some decisions. You can't date every guru who looks good to you. You've got to decide. This year, this month, I'm challenging you to divorce some gurus. It doesn't mean that you don't like them, doesn't mean that you don't love them. You've just got to decide which 3 emails you're going to pay attention to. Who are you going to pay attention to? Who are you going to follow? Who do you believe has the information, the coaching, the mentoring, the insights to help you get to your next level in your life or your business? And then follow those 3 people. Just date those 3 people. Now, I date only 3 gurus at a time. Okay, I'm not that talented. I can't date 17 gurus at one time. I know that I have very specific goals that I have for 2015. And I know that I will only hit those targets if I am focused in my efforts and focused in who I choose to follow. I've chosen them for very good reasons based on where my business is right now. So those are the people I'm going to follow. Those are the 3 emails that I open. Everybody else, I'm really not paying attention to them. Doesn't mean that they don't have good information. Doesn't mean that they don't know what they're talking about. Doesn't mean that they're not getting great results for their clients. But I've got to make a decision about who I'm going to listen to. And then I am very, very disciplined in my listening. I only open their emails. And trust me, it is very difficult because there's some really cool people out there doing some very cool things. But if I start trying to open the emails of every person out there who's doing some amazing stuff, I will never get anything done. And then this time next year, I will not have achieved any more than I set out to do. So I challenge you this week, do not let January get away from you. Decide who you are going to follow. Decide what you are going to accomplish in 2015. There's absolutely no reason, no excuse for you not to get there in 2015. Now, I'm going to help you with your dream. This week, I'm going to be releasing some simple training to help you figure out what you want to accomplish in the first half of 2015. That's 6 months. That's 5.5 months that you have to do something to really put a dent into your goals. I'm going to help you figure out what you want to focus on because, again, there's so much stuff out there. It's hard to know where you want to go. So be on the lookout in the next few days for this new training because it will demystify what you need to do to get to your next level. It doesn't matter if you're an author, speaker, you run a retail store. It doesn't matter. There are certain things you should be doing in your business today to help it get to the next level. Dr. King and his team were able to achieve so many different things because they had a singular focus for what they wanted to do. And then they put their head down and they walked and they did what they set out to do. And I'm very grateful, very thankful that they faced death so that we all could live the life that we live today. Thank you, Dr. King, for your dream and your vision. The dream is alive. Let's go out there and put that dream into action. I'll talk to you in a few days.